McDonald's was absolutely a mistake.
Hello,
Folks. Today is Friday, April 28th, 2017. My name is Jake Baldino, here to talk about some video game stuff that has been going on this week. The first thing we have to talk about is a rumor, which of course rumors you should take with a grain of salt, especially this one, but it is exciting, and that is the fact that the idea that maybe Bully 2 exists. One of the top guys at GTA forums, Jan2295, who has been credited to been talking a lot about different rumors. Sometimes he gets them right, sometimes he doesn't. I don't really know how I feel about him, honestly, but a lot of people do still like to give him some credence. He posted that Rockstar is indeed working on Bully 2, and apparently it is the next game slated to release after they finish Red Dead Redemption 2. That's kind of it. That's all we really have. However, I did link the forum discussion down in the comments below because there's some interesting talk there about putting the pieces together and how it could actually be a thing. There are some source code files that people were able to pull out that actually have the word Jimmy in the file directory, which Jimmy, for those of you that don't know, is the main character from the original Bully, which could mean something or it could mean nothing. But there's a whole breakdown of all of it and where these people came to their conclusion. Do I think it's likely? I don't know. Do you guys think it's likely? I definitely want to hear what you think, just because Sam Houser, one of the heads of Rockstar, has went on record before saying that Bully 2 is a thing that they brought up multiple times and it's a project he still believes in and he wants to see happen. So, with that being said, maybe this could be real. Maybe we're just holding on to hope. I don't know. Like everything I talk about, though, I linked all the information down below, so decide for yourself whether this rumor is bullshit or not. But something that is 100% now confirmed and real, that is Call of Duty World War II. Yeah, we're going to talk about this. So they dropped the official trailer. We didn't really get a good glimpse of gameplay, which is very disheartening, but what we did get is a pretty exciting single-player trailer. Not gonna lie, I'm really into this. I have no shame, I don't care. Now, it does seem like the internet is feeling the same way, seeing as how Infinite Warfare's first reveal trailer was massively, massively disliked. This one seems to have managed to avoid the hate mob. However, I still have seen a lot of murmurs online that people still aren't sold on this, because some people are tired of World War II still from when it used to be. But for me personally, without getting into it too much, I made a video on my channel talking about this. I think that World War II can have another shot. It's a new console generation. They could tell a new story. Let's give it a go. However, I have seen a lot of people complain, and I do agree. Like, once again, it's from a certain campaign, and it's from the American perspective, and a lot of people would like some sort of change in that regard. Regardless, though, whether you're won over by the trailer or you still just don't want to look at Call of Duty, I get it either way. But the most interesting thing are some of the details that came out after the reveal trailer that weren't as pronounced, and the biggest thing being that regenerative health is gone. I think that's huge. I think that right there is possibly the biggest game changer. We don't know for sure if that's going to be single player and multiplayer, because if that's multiplayer, that's going to be huge too and change the pace of everything. Not only was this detail revealed, but the developers did really talk up how the fact that every bullet you take really actually counts, and not to mention the fact that now there's going to be some squad integration and working as a team and covering fire and medics and stuff, not to mention more fleshed out classes and multiplayer. I'm keeping my eye on this one. Of course, I didn't pre-order it or anything. I think it's good to be cautiously optimistic, but things look better.
We dual wield P90s.
But enough with me being a Call of Duty apologist. Let's talk about Nintendo for a sec, because it seems like they kind of wanted to overshadow the launch of Mario Kart 8 on Switch by also announcing a new 2DS XL, a handheld that I don't really think anyone asked for, but here it is. It's going to be roughly $150. It's releasing soon, and it's a 3DS that's not 3D, and it has a clamshell foldable design now, and it's being marketed towards kids.
The perfect 3DS.
Because, kids love Fire Emblem. It fixed the one problem where it had that ugly design. Now it's foldable, so that works. It's also interesting because it has a lot of people really questioning where Nintendo's direction is, because they say that they're not killing off the 3DS, but in the pipeline, there's not a ton of 3DS games coming out. There's the new Fire Emblems coming out, but things are uncertain down the line. We don't really know for sure what the deal is, what the hell they're doing. But I guess it is a good time to get in on the 3DS action or 2DS action, considering that it's cheaper now and there is a huge backlog of great games to play. But the other new hotness we got this week was a trailer dropping for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, with the trailer being crazy and zany and weird, where Sigma from Mega Man X and Ultron from Marvel have a baby and become one thing. So basically they become Ultron with a Sigma cape. And that's the villain, and that's the story. And you have to be Chris Redfield and the Incredible Hulk and fight together to beat Sigma Ultron. Hey, you know what? That's awesome. Don't laugh. That's funny. I think that's great. A story trailer is all well and good. It's exciting. But we also got a good chunk of gameplay that I'll link below as well. You get to see a couple of fighters in action, and it looks good. It looks solid. Maybe in terms of the initial launch, it can right some of the wrongs that Street Fighter V had when it kind of stumbled out of the gate at first. It took a while for it to find its footing. Maybe Infinite can just do that from the beginning. But in other news, a teenage hacker was caught and charged for masterminding terrible DDoS attacks on services like Microsoft, Xbox, PSN, Minecraft services, Sony, a bunch of stuff, you name it. This guy made a program that was able to trigger these attacks, and he sold it to the highest bidder, made it tons of money. And it's a shame, I guess, in the sense that he's using his very smart mind for evil. But on the flip side, if you ask an actual hacker or someone educated in computers, DDoS is the lowest form of hack. It's barely even a hack. It's kind of like the cheap way out. It doesn't make it any less terrible. It fucking sucks. And thankfully, this guy, who is now 20 years old, he was 16 by the time he started doing this. But according to information released by the courts, this was a big operation. He was bringing in real money, charging hundreds of dollars for just seconds of downtime to a service. And apparently the judge actually blamed some emotional problems that he had in the fact that he couldn't find a place in the gaming community, which led him to do this. I don't know how I really feel about that, but it's interesting to hear a topic like that discussed in a court. He will now rot in jail for a while and thankfully not really ruin our game services anymore. So I chalk that up as a win for everyone. Yeah, that's what it was. He didn't win the gameranx giveaway, so he went to a life of crime. Sorry, dude. And in some other news, since we always talk about what Phil Spencer says in interviews, just today he went on record saying he thinks that the game industry will go forward as a games-on-demand service. He said game development, as it gets more expensive, will be best funded by a subscription model potentially. Which I'll link the whole interview down below. It's really interesting. It does sound crazy and scary if you think about it, but also look at the way things are going. Nvidia has that service of games on demand. PSN has PlayStation Now. Xbox is launching their service soon, and this does seem to be a viable thing that people want. I've never used these services really. I've never really felt a need for them, but apparently some people really do because all these companies are investing in it. Will it ever actually replace traditional game development and distribution? I don't think anytime soon, but I think with the way Phil Spencer is thinking, in his mind, the fact they are trying to change things with this whole new Scorpio platform and the way they want consoles going forward, they want to own the ecosystem. So in a way, I kind of understand why they would want it to go that way. But I don't know if I want to see it go that way. And I wanted to bring this up because I don't think people talk about this game enough, but Neo is finally getting its DLC add-on, which is very exciting. It's getting a new single-player edition continuing William's story after the main game. But not only that, we're also getting PvP mode finally that a lot of people have been really looking forward to. The DLC is called Dragon of the North, and you're going to be facing off with the historical figure Masamune, which is pretty interesting considering the way the game handles weird spins on history. And also with that, expect new weapons and armor and the like. It's going to be releasing next week. So that's something to look forward to if you like that game. But speaking of games that you might like, this is a weird one coming out of left field. The 25th anniversary of the classic FMV game Night Trap is being celebrated by Limited Run Games actually putting out a physical, newer, updated version of the original game. Now, that's a hard game to really remaster considering it's all old video files, but maybe if some of you grew up in the 90s, you remember playing games like these in the library. Night Trap is most famous in its little piece of history as being part of the reason for the creation of the ESRB, the reason you see games rated today. It was at the same time like Mortal Kombat was hitting and scaring people away with its violence, and the Night Trap being so weird and out there and violent and kind of sexual. So if you want to play a piece of history, this is your best bet. You should check it out. And because I always hear from you guys, and apparently I don't talk about this game enough, Injustice 2 has been getting a lot of new footage, a lot of new reveals. We got Darkseid gameplay, who literally fights with his hands behind his back. We got a story trailer revealing Brainiac and really showing off his moveset. And not only that, just now they revealed the Joker is in the game again, with kind of a spin-off look in between Heath Ledger and Jared Leto's Jokers. I don't know how I feel about it. It looks like he's got similar moves to the original Injustice, so I'm in. And lastly, if you want to win some free shit, I'm giving away a $50 PSN, Xbox One, and Steam gift card, $50 each. All you have to do is there's a video that's going to pop up at the end of this video. It's my channel, youtube.com/becausevideogames. I'm taking questions for a Q&A video that I'm going to be doing very soon. And the best 3 questions that are asked that I answer in the video will be chosen to win those said gift cards. All you have to do is subscribe over there and then go to the newest video and leave a comment for the Q&A. That's it. So good luck. I hope you win. I guess you have to just keep your eyes peeled. But we also have to do our giveaway here, where every week we give away a free console to one lucky person. All you have to do, you probably know by now, there's a link below. You click it, you sign up, you enter once, and then you're entered forever. And then every single week I close my eyes, go in, randomly choose one person to win a free console of their choice. And this week's winner is going to be this lucky bastard right here. Congratulations. Be sure to keep an eye on your inbox. I'll be getting in touch with you to find out how I can send you your console. So yeah, good job, I guess. I don't know. But now we have a lot of stuff we have to talk about this week. First things first, do you think that Bully 2 rumor has any credibility whatsoever? I still don't know. I'm 50-50 on it, but I do want to know what you think. What would you expect from another Bully game? A continuation of Jimmy's story or a new, fresh take on that whole concept in its entirety? Also, with Injustice 2, all the stuff being announced, what character are you looking forward to playing as the most? Honestly, me, it might be Scarecrow. And since everybody is talking about it, I do want to know what you think. Call of Duty World War II, come at it from a level-headed perspective. Do you still just kind of not... Are you still just kind of not into that franchise, or has this won you over? Let's talk about any of that stuff and anything going on this week down in the comments below. I'll be down there hanging out with you guys, answering as many questions as I possibly can. And I'll also be on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well if you want to send me hate mail over there. I don't know. But I can never say this enough. Thank you guys so much for coming around. Clicking the like button does help us out a lot. We really appreciate it. But subscribing if you're new is a good idea because we put out videos every single day. But as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Pizza's on me.